Welcome to our screencast about how to sign up for the University of Scouting event. This event is one where you won't only sign up yourself, but you'll also sign up for various and sundry classes that you'll want to do throughout the day. So let's begin by talking briefly about your browser choice. We have found that Google Chrome and Firefox and Safari work best. Internet Explorer can work if you update your Java, but if you have any challenges, please go to one of these other browsers. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to start at going to cpcbsa.org, our website, right up here. Go down to Resources and Event Registration, and scroll down here to the University of Scouting, November 7th, and it clicks right here, Register. Okay. And then you're going to scroll down here and see, oh, here's the University of Scouting. All the information about it. And the first thing you're going to want to do before you click this Register Today button is come down and download these two forms, the Schedule at a Glance, a Course Catalog, and pick and circle the classes you want to take before you jump in here. In a moment here, you'll see why it's best to kind of know what you want to do before you get started. With that, let's go ahead and click Register Today. And first thing you're going to want to do is log in, and if you don't know how to do that, please go and see our screencast about logging in or creating a new user into this account, this program. But once you get in, now you can see it's the University of Scouting. Don't worry about anything on the left. It gets all kind of confusing if you try to figure out what all that's about. And then down over here is our University of Scouting information, our leader's guide, and other information and contacts and things that you can have to answer your questions. So with that, let's go and get started. It's going to say Manage Registrations. You might say Start Your Registration, depends on where you're sitting at. And then first thing we're going to do this, because this is set up, it says Camper, that's for youth, and Leader, which is adult, which we do have some older Scout activities that you may be able to register a venture for or whatever. But for now, let's go ahead and look at our Leader registrations. And we're going to add a new registration. We're going to register John Smith, and John just happens to be registering for general admission. If for some reason you're registering for staff, you need to click up here and come down for staff. But for John is registering as general, let's register as a general admission. Alright, and you need to create a registration. Now you're not done. Here you want to make sure that this information is correct. Alright, and then you want to save the leader and add to cart. If you move away from this, it won't show up. So you'll see, you'll want to save the leader, and then it sends you to the next spot, which is where you're going to pick your classes. Now hopefully you've already kind of gone through and identified, but let's negotiate the information here. There's some keys that will help you on this column in here about the classes. First, notice that each one of these classes has a number to the right of it. That represents the period that class takes. So here's Cub Scout Basic Training. We'll go through periods 1 and 2. And you can come down over here and see that there was one that Scoutmaster Basic is going through 1, 2, 3, and 4, those 4 periods. Since there's 6 periods, that is pretty long throughout the whole day. So the other key that you'll want to be aware of is that these little colors or icons here are representing what these programs may mean to you. You see the ones here that have Boy Scout, Symbols, Venturing, Varsity. These are for the older boy type programs, in addition to here with the older Scout programs. And then you'll also see the camping or the Cub Scout sign, and that's basically for Cub Scout type ones. And the PAL ones are going to be pretty much ones for anybody, probably general interest that you'll find. Also, you'll notice that when you get to periods 3 and 4, it's alphabetical, so there is lunch. All right, so you can choose lunch during these sessions 3 and 4. So what happens when you pick an event? Let's say I'm a Cub Scout and I'm going to pick up my Cub Camping Adventures. Notice that all the ones disappear. So that means I have 2 or 3. I can choose more other classes, but not from one. If I want to change my mind, I can pull it back and say, ooh, let's take this one here. There we go. But now, because I chose that one, since it was 1 or 2, I can't see any classes of 1 or 2. So you have to pick and choose to make sure you don't have any overlapping classes. So anyway, so let's just say that I'm going to do decided that I want to do lunch, and then during that session, and now I got session 4. I'm going to do Cub Scout crafts. And notice here that there's a little $sign next to that. That means that that event is going to cost a little bit more. If you kind of hold over, it's going to tell you a little bit more about that event. So go ahead and push number 3 or number 4, and let's say that I'm really interested in, let's see, in session 4, I'm going to do a little bit about blue and gold ceremonies, and then here we go. We're going to go down here for session 6 and take Den Discipline. Okay, so now I've registered for my classes. I like them all. I'm ready. I'm going to hit this. I have that there. I can hit my classes and save and add it to my cart. And now my cart's going to sit up here with all these items. And if you notice, here's that Cub Scout craft has an extra fee, and I come down through here and pay. When I get all done and I've paid for this event, then I'll also be able to print out my schedule. I hope that's been helpful to help you learn how to sign up. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact Carrie Hutchcraft or Karen Peterson. Have a great day.